Have you ever wondered how much work goes into a piece of art? First, it starts off with an idea. Next, you plan on what you want to convey, gather your materials, spend all your time perfecting the art, and voila! You've officially become the artist of the century. But along the way, what if it all doesn't work out? You suddenly encounter a problem, you've made wrong calculations, or you realize the message you're sending isn't quite right. That moment, the moment before it all falls apart or comes together, is where backup plans quietly wait. They may not be able to give you what you originally wanted, but they exist to hold space for what could still be. What's your backup plan? We rarely ask ourselves this question, because deep down, we want the first plan to work out. We believe in it, fight for it, maybe even cling to it. But life has its own timing. When the scholarship doesn't come through, the dream job ghosts you, when you realize the perfect GPA isn't all you are anymore. That moment, right before the pivot, is where backup plans live. Not as second best, but as a soft landing and evolution. I began to understand the art of backup plans when I was in secondary school. I was the type of student who only focused on fun, did not take myself seriously, and was always looking outside in at everyone's success. It was only after graduation that I realized how much of injustice I'd done to my character. So I decided to seek inspiration. I started reaching out to people, especially through LinkedIn, to ask questions and work on my own development. Knowing that I am someone who values structure and safety nets, one particular question I asked was, if things didn't work out, what was your backup plan? And one answer shifted everything for me. Failure was never the goal, but I respected it enough to be ready for it. That made me realize something simple but powerful. The original plan doesn't define you. How you adapt does. I have always loved paintings. And one thing I noticed about most painters is that they never assume the first stroke will be perfect. They sketch, they layer, they erase, they smudge. Sometimes they step back, squint, and completely change the composition. There's one artist that instantly comes to mind when I think about backup plans. I think you may know him too. Picasso. Take his famous painting, The Old Guitarist. X-rays revealed that underneath the surface were at least 2 different compositions. He had begun other scenes, then changed direction. He didn't throw out the canvas. He didn't start over. He just kept going, and something new was born. Backup plans live in that space, in the moments before the truth, in the trust that something else can still be created. That's a lesson I now carry into every part of my life. You don't need a perfect start to create a powerful finish. I work in the hospitality industry, where I'm responsible not just for logistics, but for people's comfort and experiences. Where backup plans aren't just helpful, they're essential. Every day brings the possibility of things going terribly wrong. Miscommunication, short staffing, tech issues. So how did I see backup plans play out in real time? During my internship at a restaurant, I worked behind a bar. There was a chef I was close to. Let's just call him Sam. Talented, funny, an absolute beast during service. I recalled there was a corporate event of 100 guests. The main course, a beautifully herb-crusted salmon. The menu was perfect. until it wasn't. 30 minutes before the event, Sam found out that the salmon had been improperly stored the night before. He was spoiled. The shops got an earful, of course. But then Sam pivoted. Plan B, chicken thighs. He and the team whipped up a dish they had prepared before. Creamy chicken with roasted vegetables. The concierge team reached out to the host. The waiters were briefed and adapted their service. From the bar, I watched it all unfold seamlessly. At that moment, I realized improvisation is an art form too. Hospitality isn't about creating the perfect moment. It's about preserving the intention, even when circumstances change. Why am I so passionate about backup plans? It's because people think they're about failure. But I beg to differ. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about caring deeply enough to plan for all possibilities. Whether you're pitching a bold idea or painting a canvas, you're not planning to fail. You're planning to protect what matters. A solid backup plan says, I thought about this moment. I planned for you. I respect your experience. Backup plans live in that space. They hold space for the unknown. I like to think of Plan B as part of Plan A's integrity. There's a quote that sticks with me. Even if it rains, the show will go on, and it will still be meaningful. Your ability to adapt and then reflect is what makes you not just successful, but wise. So next time you plan, also plan to adapt. And after you adapt, circle back to learn. Because that is the true art of the backup plan. Thank you.